Good morning. Good morning. So, what do you want to know about the book, about the visibility? We're going to read the book again every day. Let's see. I forgot my copy upstairs. It's funny, when you hold a book, and then it's very, very new. There is a touch to it, and then when it's yours, Um, even if I'm very careful now, it's like thicker. But this one is like all new. Good. So, what happened in your business? What happens in your business when you show up for yourself? Are you visible? Are you visible? Are you? Are you? Let's do a random page. Our eyes light up. That sounds wonderful. It is. I smile back. And you're going to play a huge part in that. Open my eyes and feel tears starting to form. Tracy looks back at me and offers me a warm smile. What else does your little girl need to hear right now? Tell her. Tracy urges me. I want you to know this, little Angie. It's safe to change your relationship with what you make money means. It's safe to realize that money is loving. Money we help are changing women we help are changing their lives. They pay us because they know and trust we can support them in their transformation and their business. They find courage within themselves. They share their voice because of you and I. They invest in themselves. My chest feels warm as I say the words out loud, and I can see the other woman on this call nodding and smiling, silent reassurance that I was having a big breakthrough. Can you see how money is beautiful? Tracy gives me a warm smile and continues. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to see yourself stand up, put your hand out, and feel your little girl place her hand in yours. Then guide her away from her ears dropping sparks. The past is behind her, and it's behind you. She knows the truth, and together you will generate the incredible life you desire and deserve. So, Angelique, what have you discovered? Tracy queries. I open my eyes and come back to the present moment. I feel a wave of liberation wash over me. That my fear of money was just a childhood misinterpretation. I now view it as a companion, an ally, an empowering woman. I respond, my voice steady with newfound understanding. Well done. Remember, money is an expression of love, and you, Angelique, are its perfect guardian. Tracy beams, visibly proud. Angelique, you've made significant progress today, but remember, deep rooted beliefs like yours about money don't vanish overnight. This journey is a marathon, not a sprint. She advises. I nod, absorbing her words. The magnitude of what lies ahead begins to dawn on me. It's going to be a process of rewiring your brain and comforting your body into the new reality where money is a friend, not a foe, Tracy continues. Patience will be your ally. The idea of reprogramming a lifetime of fear and negativity around money feels daunting. Yet Tracy's guidance shines like hope. How long do you think this will take? I ask hesitantly. It's different for everyone. Tracy's answers honestly, but it's crucial to stay committed to this new path, regardless of the time it takes. Cheers. I really want to know because a lot of you, yesterday I received some message of some of you in the audience here that are new to me. And I'm so thankful for this book to get to connect me with you who are new to me because this is exactly the goal. You know, the more my dream with social media love is to have a chapter of social media love in different countries at some point, and there will be a place where, whether you know you're from here or not, you come in, and then this is a place where you can be you and learn to be you and learn to speak your truth, learn to feel completely at ease with the fact that you can ask for what you want, you can take a break without justifying anything. So that's what comes up when I read the book. And I see your DM saying, "Hey, I just got your book. I'm going to have it tomorrow. It says it's arriving Sunday." This tremendously makes my heart full of joy. So keep telling me. And again, don't hesitate to grab the link in the video to come and talk to me. I'll ask every day until you feel comfortable. Oh, sorry, you won't feel comfortable until you find the courage to feel comfortable in discomfort, because it takes courage to come live with someone you may know. We may not know each other yet. Maybe we do. No matter what, just reach out. Like, grab the link. It's very easy. You click on the link. It's gonna tell you what to do, and then I'll bring you on with me. It's fun. It's fun, and I want to, get to know you, and then also I want to introduce you to my audience. And it's an amazing way to be visible. Visible, okay? So again, for the next few weeks, I'll be live here every day, except on weekends where I'll be live randomly. So this week it's 7:15 my time, which is 6:15 EST. So yeah, come on and join me. Let's celebrate. You really want to celebrate that baby with you. Let's go. Where am I? It's going to be a process of rewiring your brain and comforting. Yeah. So I said, how long does it take? It's different for everyone. Tracy answers honestly. But it's crucial to stay committed to this new path, regardless of the time it takes. Commitment. I can do that. Commitment. I affirm, through part of me trembles at the thought. Good. Tracy smiles. Start by acknowledging every small step you take towards this new relationship with money. Celebrate your wins, learn from your setbacks. My mind races with possibilities and challenges that lie ahead. The road to reprogramming my mind and body to feel safe around money seems long and winding. What should be my first step after this? I ask. Begin each day by affirming your new belief about money. Say it out loud, write it down, feel it in your heart. Tracy suggests, I imagine myself doing just that. Starting each day with visualizing money as a person, a friend, a dancer who makes me dance and laugh, slowly chipping away at the old, destructive beliefs. And remember, Tracy adds, as you change your belief about money, check something, I have a doubt. Not a doubt, but I know that Facebook doesn't go public. So I'm going to put it on public. So yeah, make sure that you can join me. Save. Here we go. And remember, Tracy adds, as you change your belief about money, your actions around it will transform too. You'll make decisions from a place of empowerment, not fear. Her words echo in my mind as the call ends. I sit there alone yet not lonely, feeling a mixture of trepidation and excitement for the journey ahead. Money is my ally, I whisper to myself, the first step in my long journey to financial freedom and a new era. of empowerment in my life and business. I'm paving the path for all of you who tremble at the thought of investing in yourselves and your businesses. If the fear of failure is nagging at you, if doubts about your business knowledge or money management skills are keeping you awake at night, know that you're not alone. But I'm here to show you that it's possible to overcome all of that. So take a deep breath. Your potential is limitless, and together we can unlock it. For a long time, I was defaulting into a life that felt hicky. I felt trapped by so many limitations, but I knew I was willing to change. And I'm going to tell you again, change feels very uncomfortable, like sick uncomfortable, right? But there is a way you can navigate this when you learn how to use your mind and body and nervous system. Um, so this is an apartheid here. I'm like commenting the own book. The biggest lesson for me when it came to meeting my higher self had to do with learning to slow down and be more in touch with my thoughts and the feelings they were causing in my body. So the number one thing that when it comes to become visible online and to yourself, and I'm writing an article right now for a magazine who reached out to me after I published my press release. And so they were asking me a question around this. So in the article, I explained, it's not just a book about being visible online with a formula or anything. It's really, you become visible online at the pace of safety within yourself. And it's not safety about who's going to see me online. Well, that's one of those, but it's not about the online visibility. It's about the fact that you, as a woman, as a energetic, being having a human experience, you've learned stuff. You've learned to protect yourself from danger, or some danger, and also situation that you consider danger that maybe was not danger, but your system saw this as, as a no, I don't want to go through this again. And then you attached some meanings to a situation, and then you made your vision of the world start from that moment in time where something happened that you reacted with a protective mode, right? And then starting to hide because you knew if when you show up, you would get hurt or rejected or abandoned or judged or shamed, you know? Um, so then it's from that place that we start to build adaptive behaviors. And it doesn't even feel that we are adaptive behavior. It feels like this is us until you start to pay attention and kind of get out of yourself and observe who you are, what you say when you talk, what you do when you take action in your business or in your personal life, when you start, having some stuff, and then you're like saying yes when you want to say no. Like you start to see, and I think it's interesting that it comes up mostly when you're 40, 50, 60, or even 70. And then suddenly you're like, no, I'm done. I am done with lying to myself, you know. And then this is when you start to change. And the art of change is by connecting to your deepest desire. And then as soon as you reconnect with your deepest desires, your mind, body, nervous system freaks out because it's outside of who you are and what you know to be or to do or to feel or to have. And then this is when you learn to feel. Your feelings are kind of the barometer, the monitor of your capacity to move forward towards your desires or not. Even though very consciously you say you're going to do this and that you're going to start to be visible online, that you're done with hiding, then you do it for a few days and then you stop. Or you do it, but it's exhausting because it's so unnatural. It's because, when you ignore how you feel about something, then you put pressure and then you become someone else that does a job. I get shit done. And then you burn out, right? So you can still get shit done from a place where you feel all the emotions. You don't judge them. You feel them as long as you need to feel them. And then this is when you start exploring, how come, you don't even question in a way like, how come I feel this? It's like more, okay, I know I need to post today and I feel like I want to throw up. Or I know I want to post today and I say that every day, and then it's been a month, I still haven't posted anything. I'm always, making sure that the website's gonna be ready, that the landing page is there. Like I'm getting busy in all the things, but connecting with the real people who can become my clients. So that is when you start to kind of uncover, and then you take the rock, and then you lift the rock, and um, you kind of look what's under the rock. And then this is when you go back and you identify some specific fears. And then when you have some specific fears, you identify some stories that come back to you. And that's kind of the idea of the book. Like the stories I picked and choose. So I think there were way more than the one that are in the book, if I recall correctly. But what are those stories, that were limiting you, for whatever reason? Usually it's fears, past experiences, traumas, societal bias. Um, and then it's only when you know that you can change and change the course of things. And maybe you're someone who believed until now that, um, what you have to say is not earth shattering. So why bother? You have nothing to say when you go live, nothing to say. Like, what do you post about? Or maybe you're someone who think that your life has nothing worth sharing. You have a normal life, like you completely dim down your light, but you don't see that like that yet. So and that's the beauty of, one of the things we do, in the visibility accelerator, we go deep on your 7 visible factors. So remember, visible stands for, voice, ideas, stories of life, irresistible offers, belief, leadership, and expertise. So we spend a few sessions on that. And then what happens, remember, I'm a journalist. So I ask questions. So I interview you and we record the interviews. And I talk to you as if you were the president of the universe. And I'm asking you a real question. And then you answer me from that place that, oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna give you an answer to this. And it gives beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment where you hear yourself say things you've never said before. The very powerful things. And sometimes my clients don't even realize what they're saying, and my eyes are like, wow, we need to share this with the world. This is like, you know. So your voice matters. It's just that probably 2 things. Long time ago, you've expressed it and you got shut down. So you now your voice is inside of you. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then the second one is that you think that nobody is listening to you. But guess what? Especially with the online world, You never know who's watching, and there is always someone watching. I have more proof of this. Yesterday I got two messages or three from beautiful women. I checked them out after. They're coaches. They're like in, service-based businesses. And they reached out to me because they got the book. I didn't know they were watching the videos, or they were watching maybe a friend who shared the book, right? There is always someone watching. You got to be patient, 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 and believe that. So, what do you need to believe today to help you show up from that place that social media is not the ultimate action to have a successful business, but it's the most consistent action you can take every day to help your business thrive, to help your business be known, help and guide people on. It's one thing to get seen, but help people, guide them. When you post, help them go to the next step. So for example, your next step is get the book if you don't have it yet. The links are in the description. Get the book and reach out to me when you read it. It makes me so happy. But also it helps me really kind of validates all the things. I've been kind of working, I would say. So in my TEDx, it says over 100 female entrepreneurs. When I count, my private clients, my groups, I also have a feet in an industry, the tourism industry. And then for years, I gave so many workshops. I did so many things in different industries. So over 10 years, at least 100 female entrepreneurs came through my path, and I helped them one way or another, paid or free. And I've learned so much from them. And that's why the TEDx and the book came out, because it's very clear of what is happening. And I want to change this. No more stopping because you think you can't, or because you think it's not the right time, or because you think you don't have the money, or because you think you're too old. No more of this. So once you are willing and open to get the courage of really reconnecting with your deepest desires, then your voice gonna reactivate again. And then you're gonna start talking, behaving, acting, thinking, feeling in a different way. Actually, different, yes, but also so native to who you are first. I guess it's your soul, right? Gonna be like, oh yes, now she's listening to me. Yes, please let me be alive. And then less and less you're gonna let external circumstances, whether it's your family situation, whether it's your work situation, whether it's all the things that are happening in life, influence who you are inside. And then this is when it's easier to run your visibility online, because what do you do on days where something happens in your family or in your work or among your friends, and you still have to show up for your audience? The balancing act of being present and dealing with things that are emotionally draining, right? So how do you play like this? It's by cultivating, reprogramming, reconnecting with the real you, not the one that have been layered with societal bias, limiting beliefs, all the things that you build over time because you grew out of belief that don't serve you anymore right now. You're 40, 50, 60, 70. You are done with the old stuff. You're ready to divorce, and still divorce with love, right? There is one visualization that we do, that I've learned from one of my coaches that now I use for anything because it works so well for me. is that you are on a beach and then your old self comes to you and you tell her that it's time for her to depart. You don't need her anymore. You thank her. Usually I cry a lot when I do that visualization, because that person that you are today is thanks to that person that you don't need anymore, right? So, and then you send her on a speedboat. And I won't tell you what we do next, because my intention with all of this is that someday you knock on my door, or I reach out to you to a DM when I see that you're ready to work with me. We work together and we'll do that visualization. So, yeah, that's kind of the idea. Okay, we have a few minutes left. I'm gonna wrap up the book. Remember, when you have the book, I would love for you to take a picture of where you read it. I love this. So this weekend I had a colleague and a friend who read it by the swimming pool. Some are in the kitchen, some are on the patio, some are like wherever you read the book. I would love to see a picture of where you read the book. So let's go. Um, so the biggest lesson for me when it came to meeting my higher self had to do with learning to slow down and be more in touch with my thoughts and the feelings they were causing in my body. Once I could do that, I could connect with that inner knowing, the I know that I know that I know factor. When I connect with my inner knowing, I know for certain that I am aligned, even if external circumstances don't seem to match. It feels so powerful. Everything feels light and certain. So I also have the awareness that I can lose that connection very fast. The only way to not lose it is to nourish that relationship with your inner voice. One of the most effective ways for me to do that is by floating in sensory deprivation tanks. Each time I am able to do a floating session, I connect with my inner voice and my intuition in such deep and powerful ways. I am able to open myself up for big messages or downloads, as I call them. And each time I am able to reach a new understanding of myself and the collective. So yeah, I forgot about that page 50, and I'm gonna do a shout out to Kat, because the floating tanks where I go is called Surface Float, and Kat was reading the book this weekend by the swimming pool, and I didn't remember that I was saying it like this in the book, so that's really cool. If you haven't tried floating, it's the best, um, therapy. I see that as a therapy and a detox session you can do. Like you float. The first time I floated, it was in Israel on the Dead Sea, and that was crazy experience, beautiful. I remember, I was on in the Dead Sea, and it was sunset, and I could see Jordan across the Dead Sea, and then it was like ochre light of the evening, and then I could, yeah, there were kids on the beach. They were like playing and screaming at me. I don't remember because they were speaking Arabic. I don't remember what they were saying. And then um, uh, yeah, it was the best experience. Then, 20 years later, a friend of mine gave me a gift card, and there was from a spa, like a few blocks away from where I live. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. And then I started to float, and the sensation of the Dead Sea came back. And it's been 2 years, and I really consider this as a therapy for me, and as well a mean to connect, so that I have clarity when I get out of the tank, clarity for my business, clarity for many things. A lot of content comes from my floating tank session. So just wanted to share that with you. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the day. Unless there is one more person who wants to come with me, there is maybe 5 minutes or 10 maximum. I would love to talk to you. So reach out. The link is in the description. Come with me, ask me question. I'm gonna finish that page, and then by the time you're gonna find the link, if you want to come with me and ask me question, or just share your experience of the book, This is the best part. We only have one life. So if you have 5 minutes, jump on, grab the link, and join me. So one day, as I was completing a floating session, I brought my mind to the acronym that is the backbone of my company, Visible. And I asked for guidance to understand why women have such a difficult time being seen and heard, even if they look like they come. I'm an example of this. I am always online, but I was hiding, and I'm still are in some aspect of it. But once you know what it means and where it shows up, then this is beautiful. This is where the magic starts. Okay, I should read the book. Like I'm commenting every every sentence. So my answer began in a memory. It was a bitter cold day, typical of January in Canada, and my son was just 3 months old at the time. Being very new to motherhood, I didn't have a lot of confidence about handling my infant yet, especially in public. But I was determined to not let motherhood stop me from doing the things I enjoy. I love going to coffee shops and figured it was a pretty harmless place to bring a small baby, especially because he slept so often at this phase in life. I say that, but he was sleeping because he was breastfeeding every 45 minutes. So it was a full time job. I never gave breastfeeding in public a second thought. I was grateful to be able to breastfeed, and I considered it to be very convenient and something to be cherished while it was still possible to feed my baby that way. There wasn't any need to fuss over bringing food containers and bottles and whatever else was needed because I was the vessel of nourishment for my baby. It was such a beautiful concept to me, and I wholeheartedly embrace this natural part of life. Oh, and I want to say this to you if you are a new mom, because I know there are some around you that are expecting. Um, um, it was one of the hardest part of my life is to get my baby to breastfeed, and I really wanted him to be able to, but he was not strong enough to do it. So it took 4 months to of of a lot of crying from me and him to make it happen. And so that's why that chapter is so important, because when we got there, we got out and we went to the coffee shops every day. And I was asking for decaf latte, I remember. So what I hadn't considered, however, is how others would react to me embracing this part of motherhood in public. I found myself navigating the delicate balance between nature's processes and social expectations. I chose clothes that were modest and functional, which allowed me to feed in public without hungering under a bunch of blankets or shrinking away to a bathroom to breastfeed. And usually I wouldn't have any issues. But the memory of this particular day is one that will always stick out in my mind. I had just found a cozy spot in the coffee shop, away from the door, letting the cold air in every time a new customer came in. And I was excited to sip on my hot latte and read my book. My son woke up and stared in his stroller, anxious for his next feed. I scooped him into my arms and comforted him as I positioned myself to feed him. As my son enjoyed his lunch, I enjoyed my latte and dove into my book. It was such a peaceful moment, but short lived. Shame on you for showing your body like that. What kind of mother are you? I looked up from my book in confusion. Surely someone is not upset by me just feeding my child, I thought. My heart began racing and my mind went blank. Before I could get a word out, the stranger was gone, leaving me in a whirlwind of shame, guilt, and anger. It was an unexpected and unavoidable illumination of the weight of womanhood, a weight I carried not just in the eyes of this strange man, but in the eyes of society. It was a reminder that womanhood is a complex tapestry, woven with threads of expectation and judgment. It forced me to reflect on a deeper issue women face, and that is the struggle for visibility and the right to occupy space on their own terms. For generation, the role of women has been dictated by what society needs rather than what women desire for themselves. And this suppression has caused so many women to fear being seen as their authentic selves. Even though women are constantly breaking barriers, defying expectation, and redefining themselves, remnants of generational and societal restriction linger and hold back progress. It was not long ago that women needed permission to get an education, to work, to get their own bank account, to start their own business, or to make large purchases. In some cultures, this is still true, and those women and girls are left to lead lives where their potential is never given the chance to flourish. As a collective, no woman is entirely free until all women are entirely free. And this is the heart of my business. My passion is giving women the space to recognize their talents, teaching them how to stop hiding. But it became so clear to me on that day in the coffee shop why so many women just stay in their comfort zone. My goal in sharing this story is to shed light on the shared experiences of womanhood and to help you understand that there are not just external barrier to you becoming visible in your personal and professional life. You are also working against the societal norms you were born into, which have most likely caused internal barriers to form over time. This is not about casting blame, but rather acknowledging the landscape you are navigating and the resilience your entrepreneurial journey will require. I implore you to view this journey towards visibility not as a solitary struggle, but as a shared path towards liberation. Let's acknowledge the heritage we come from, as well as the traumas we carry, not as a burden, but that as a testament to our strength and a catalyst for change. So I'm just gonna stay here. But the other day I was watching a documentary about different phases in history where women were burned because they were considered witches, because they were using their intuition, they were acting different, they were saying words differently and stuff like that. They were burned, right? We carry that. So we still carry that. We're healing this. And it cannot just be ignored, right? No wonder why when you show up online, there is some part of us, are they gonna burn me? I'm exaggerating, but not that much. I remember some of my clients, before going live on a Facebook, she threw up because she was so scared. So yeah, your body will tell you all those things, but there are, deep down us, there are some heritage of when a woman speaks, it's scary for the world because this is not the norm, right? So I just want to bring that up because it's part of the book as well. There is so much in history, beautiful stories about how women, changed the world with their voice around, abortion, around all the things that are women related, right? So I want you to know that I always say this: when you feel that your online visibility is not where you want to be, there is more than just your strategy and your tactics. There is who you be and where you come from and all the things you haven't acknowledged yet. That's why we start there when we work together. We do the inner visibility. And it's just fascinating. Once you start unlocking who you are inside of you, then your presence online and other aspect of your life will unlock. No question. So that's why this book is no more stopping being loyal to your dreams, connecting to your desires, and keep going. And grab the book because there is more to this in the book. Thank you for being here. Have to go. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be there tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. EST. Again, I'm going to encourage you again when you show up here. Come with me online. Grab the link. I try to put the link. Sometimes I'm a little not awake enough. Forget. But today it is here. So tomorrow it will be here too. You grab the link and you come live with me and we have a conversation. I'm not that scary, okay? And then it's good publicity for your own presence, and it's a muscle you can build. And even if it's morning, you bring your coffee. Cheers. See you tomorrow. Grab the book. If you don't have it yet, the links are all over the place. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao.